Alrighty, chat. How's it going today, everyone? Alrighty, chat. Welcome on. Whoa. Someone's up. It's both of them. Good thing we stopped that. Poor things got out of hand. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in. Another great day. Another fantastic weekend of racing. How was everyone's weekends? We got another awesome show in the works here for everyone. We're not quitting. We're not stopping. NASCAR never stops. So we're never going to stop. We also got other racing. We're going to talk about IndyCar, F1. Those are going to be on Thursday. Today, Kansas. See, I had two audios. That's great. Alrighty. So, who won this week? I don't know. I definitely could not tell who won the race. At this point, it's just insane how many times he's won. 9 weeks in, Tyler Reddick, once again, winner. This time at Kansas, and that's a good way to start off. I posted this on social media. Check me out on Facebook. We're gonna have some other social medias coming in the next little bit. But if you want to see stuff before the show, things I might be talking about on the show, definitely check out the Facebook. Look at this, guys. Just insanity that Tyler Reddick currently has a 5.71 average finish, has 5 wins in 9 weeks. He is on pace for 20 wins. It is just insane. Now, will he get to 20 wins? More than likely not. At some point, we're going to have the conversation about Tyler Reddick and a dry spell. But for now, we're going to talk about all the greatness of Tyler Reddick. Like, last year, you could have made the argument he fell to probably about the 6th best driver in the field. I mean, you got Kyle Larson. You've got Ryan Blaney. Last year, William Byron. You can make the argument. Denny Hamlin probably was above him. Okay. Yeah, like he'd be about the 5th or 6th best driver. This year, if you're going to take this year, obviously he's number 1. There's no denying it. You cannot say he's not number 1. But out of all the drivers in the field, he's probably 3rd. He's probably bumped himself back up to 3rd. Because I would still say that as a whole, you still want Kyle Larson or Ryan Blaney. But he's probably 3rd best. And, I mean, you can make the argument that going into 2025, he was probably 2nd behind Larson. He's dropped a little bit, but Blaney staying as consistent as he's been, even though his team has kind of bit them more often than not, he's still here. It's insane. And yeah. So let's go ahead, look at the full results here. Tyler Reddick wins over Kyle Larson. I thought Larson was going to get him, man. I thought, man, here we go. This car's going to fly. Maybe on 4 tires it would have flew a little bit better. But, can't be mad at 2nd place there. We came so close. That's just heartbreaking. Denny Hamlin 3rd. Denny Hamlin once again loses another race that he should have had in his bag. I mean, this is just time and time again. Add this to the list. Denny Hamlin could be at like 80 wins at this point if he had won some of the races he lost. I mean, I think of 3 right away that are including this one. You got that 2024 Kansas race. He was leading. Yeah, Truex was hunting him down. But with 2 laps to go, Denny Hamlin's out front. Boom, caution. Suddenly, this becomes a war of attrition. Suddenly, this race becomes the closest finish in NASCAR history, and Denny Hamlin's not even part of it. because of a late race caution by Kyle Busch. Then you had that 2025 championship race where he has that race in hand, and then William Byron blows the right front tire. Caution. Boom. Kyle Larson wins the title. Ryan Blaney wins the race. And now this past weekend, Denny Hamlin is going into turn 3 to take the white flag. Cody Ware spins. And boom, the caution is out. Now, there seems to be some sort of debate going on right now that says this race should not have been a caution. I heavily disagree. There 100% need to be a caution. And let's just take a good old-fashioned look at the tape here. So this is heading into turn 3, 2 laps to go. You can see Hamlin and Reddick right there. Now, pause. Who is this? Who is this? Cody Ware is spinning in front of the leaders. Like, this is insanity. Like, you cannot tell me that Cody Ware spinning in front of Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick coming to the white flag, that you're not throwing the yellow flag. Like, that was necessary. Granted, should it have happened? No. And Tommy Baldwin takes full responsibility. He said it on his podcast. He takes full responsibility for this. But, like, look at this. Like, they're going into turn 3. Like, if Cody Ware had slid up, he might have just taken out Denny Hamlin or Tyler Reddick. And then what would the conversation have been? Where was the yellow? I don't know, chat. That's just my 2 cents on that one. Definitely a caution is worthy. When this car is sitting sideways, there was smoke well into this turn. Let's go back and let's show you. Like, look at this. They're off into turn 3, and you see, like, look at this. Like, you're not, like, let me move myself out of the way here. Boom. Cody Ware is down here sideways with smoke coming out at them. Like, you are wanting to tell me that no caution should have happened for that? Insanity. Absolutely insane. That should 100% be a yellow. And then, of course, that sets up the craziness that is the overtime. And right here, let's watch this together, because this was fun to watch. So Denny Hamlin gets just a wicked great restart from Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson shoves him. And I think Larson realized that, sets Hamlin up, gets to his inside. I honestly thought the 5 had won this race right here. Because look, Reddick's got to go out to block Bell. Then he's coming off the wall. Look at this. The 3 Toyotas. Boom, boom. This takes Bell out of the race. Broken toe link. Just absolutely gut-wrenching to watch. But you see right here, this big gap. I thought, oh, he's got it in hand, baby. This guy's going to come home a winner, and I'm going to look real smart. White flag. 1 more lap to go. They're spinning. I thought, shortly, a caution. Definitely, right? Like, this is going to happen? No. Tyler Reddick just absolutely bearing down. Chase Briscoe through turn 1 and 2. Got right up alongside Hamlin. Look at these two. They're fighting. They're beating and banging, going down the backstretch. Hanging at 3, I thought, oh, this is where I've seen this move before. Why Larson chose to just duck down and just ride with Reddick, I don't know why. Thought maybe he could have had a run, but it wasn't enough. Tyler Reddick gets a win in thrilling fashion. Just absolutely insanity. But good on him. Hats off to that 23-11 team. Team on pace for 20 wins this year. Like, this is easy mode for this team. Just absolute easy mode. All right, let's keep talking. Bubba Wallace, 5th. Brad Keselowski, 6th place. Brad Keselowski just absolutely proving people wrong. Breaks his leg, he becomes even better. Just fantastic. I'm not saying we should break bones to become better at what we want, but man, if Brad Keselowski is any Brad Keselowski's proof that maybe breaking some legs actually helps. Next up, William Byron. Look at that. Solid, quiet. People are sleeping on Byron. Byron's going to wake up. He's going to find himself in a good spot here. Going into a championship. Like, this team had to be better in the playoffs. They didn't have to be red hot at the start of the year. I think they're trying to flip what they've done the last couple of years. Next up, Chase Elliott. Championship pick. Doing championship pick-like things. Just 8th. Solid. Consistent. Ty Gibbs, after winning at Bristol, runs 7th to 9th. Solid. I like that. Ty Gibbs proved me wrong. I was concerned. I called him out on Thursday and Tuesday and the Thursday before that. I've been talking about it. What could he do? 9th place after a win. Good solid stuff. Lovely. Love it. Keep doing it, Ty. Chris Buescher, top 10, RFK, easily one of the best teams this year. Ryan Preece is in 11th. Despite all their pranking that they've been posting on social media, these guys getting it done on the racetrack. You love to see it. They are the next big thing, RFK. Who would have thought we had been saying that after 2018 when this team looked all but done? Austin Cindric, 12th. Quiet. But continues to do what he needs to do. He could become a chase contender. If things had gone his way a little bit differently in a couple other races, could be in the chase right now. Carson Hocevar, that car was better than it deserved. And this, honestly, Carson Hocevar got done dirty by himself. He had posted on social media, and I wonder if it is... Let me see if I can find his social media. Because he had posted something and then almost got bit for it, basically. Trying to see if I can find it here. Trying to see here. There is one. I know it. Okay. Well, I gotta find it right now. But, anywho, Carson Hocevar got bit on pit road by his own pit crew like twice. It was horrid. It was bad, bad, bad. Car was top 5, but when you get put behind in traffic, it hurts you a lot. 2311 Racing. 14th, Riley Herbst. 15th, Corey Heim. Shout out to both of them. Riley Herbst actually did the opposite of what he did at Bristol, where he started up front and just sunk like a rock. He started in the back this week and moved his way forward and got 14th. He was around 14th to 17th all day. Corey Heim, similar thing. Probably about 15th to 18th and comes home 15th. This kid, Riley Herbst knows he's got to perform, otherwise Corey's going to take a seat. And at least this week in Kansas, Riley performed, so good job, good stuff for them. Austin Dillon, 16th. This is a big momentum boost for that team. This team still does not have a top 10. RCR as a whole doesn't have a top 10. But this is positive momentum here for this team. Todd Gilliland, man. Just when I was down on this team, I put a fire in them. I talked about this crew chief, and now this team making things go in the right direction. I wonder if they are going to talk about this. Todd Gilliland's run in those closing laps is just insane. And to make it all better. Not only did he keep up with Denny Hamlin that entire second half of the green flag run to stay to the first car lap down, he passes Hamlin. Now, I know people are going to say he was given that one, but nah, I don't think so. Because Denny Hamlin, after that, looked kind of off for much of the rest of that day until about the very end. And I think that something happened. That car shut off for a while. Like, I mean, let's watch this here. I wish we could have the SMT to see if Denny gave this up or not. Because watch, Todd gets a huge run through 3 and 4. He gets so much better. And, like, I can't necessarily tell. But to me, it just looks like Gillen just blows the doors off Hamlin. And I think it's because Hamlin's tires shut off. Because Hamlin didn't split that stage 50-50 like he usually tends to do. They had stretched those tires long, and I think that's ultimately what happened there. I don't think Todd was gifted that one. I think he just blew the doors off because he had much better tires than Denny Hamlin. Wrong one. There I am. All right. Keep going through it. Alex Bowman, get right week. I said it on my video. On my 3 drivers to watch, Alex Bowman, get right week. And boy, did they get right. That car was top 10. I don't know how this car didn't finish inside the top 10. Feels like they let this one get away. But you know what? They're going to take 18th after just a dismal start to the year. Here they are. They find themselves running 18th. They'll take that. They'll move with positive momentum. Going to Talladega where anything can happen. This team could find themselves in the hunt. Christopher Bell, this one got away from him. We mentioned it earlier when watching the replay. Broken toe link took them out of a chance for a top 5. This guy almost won the race too. It's just insane. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 21st. This team is punching above their weight, doing better than they should be. Legacy Motor Club 22nd, 23rd. That's what they need to do. They don't need to light the world on fire. But they just got to keep getting better. And if they're around 22nd, 23rd, who knows? Big second half here coming up for Legacy Motor Club. Maybe. Ryan Blaney just absolutely slammed into AJ Allmendinger. I don't know if they had that here in the replays or not. But he just absolutely slammed AJ Allmendinger on pit road. And that just took him out for the rest of the day. Sucks for him. He'll end up 24th. Cole Custer, 25th. Ross Chastain, Trackhouse. What has happened? You are 26th, 29th, and 36th. This just cannot happen. This team's got to get it figured out, and Ross needs to be at the forefront of that. Josh Berry, 27th. That's kind of the Berry we just know at this point. The Wood brothers. I don't know how much having Harrison Burton drive for that team in the early next-gen days put them behind the 8 ball. But, yeah. Not good. Not good at all. Noah Gragson, 28th. This is what I'm talking about. There is a Jekyll Hyde to Front Row Motorsports. Todd Gilliland could be running 17th. And then suddenly Noah Gregson's 28th. Zane Smith is 32nd. I don't get it. Somebody tell me what is happening in Front Row. They bring 1 fast race car and 2 slugs. It's just unreal. Connor Zilic ahead of Joey Logano. Like, what is going on? This Penske is a Jekyll Hyde. 1 slow car, 2 fast cars. You got Ryan Blaney. I mean, Ryan Blaney's car was fast and Zilic just absolutely biffed it. But you got Austin Cindric in 12th, which is a good day for him. But Joey Logano has struggled mightily on tracks bigger than half a mile. He ran pretty good at Martinsville, had a good run at Bristol, but man, you combine that with some Las Vegas, with Darlington where he was just bad, and here again he was just bad. And there's cause for concern there for the 22 team. AJ Allmendinger, 31st, probably doesn't help that he just got absolutely clobbered by Ryan Blaney. Then you got Zane Smith, Ty Dillon. Man, for the season of Tyler Reddick and Ty Gibbs, Ty Dillon, you would think, would also be running up there. But when you have no Chevy support, you can't do a whole lot. But I'm sure for them, this feels like the year of Ty. Michael McDowell, 34th. Kyle Busch, 35th. I don't know what I can do to help. I've literally said only good things. I cannot stress that. There's enough people on the internet talking about how bad Kyle Busch is. And, I mean, the results say rightfully so. But let's not forget, the minute you start to doubt some of these all-time greats, they're going to punch you in the mouth and make you remember who they are. And that's what I think is going to happen with Kyle Busch. But 35th at Kansas, he ain't scaring nobody right now. SVG, 36th. Cody Ware, 37th. Something about Kansas and SVG don't seem to mix. He didn't really run particularly well in the spring race last year. Had a bunch of flat tires all throughout the weekend. And here this week, they just weren't good. And Cody Ware causes the caution that ultimately changes the race. And finishes dead last. And let's see what Kansas did to our points. Well, there is absolutely no change at the top, and there probably won't be change at the top till maybe race 18. Tyler Reddick, the point leader. Denny Hamlin second, 105 back. But here is where it gets interesting. 120 back is Ryan Blaney. 138 is Ty Gibbs. 143 points is Kyle Larson. You think about that. 105 to 143. There is a 38-point gap. 35 points you could technically make up on the guy in front of you if he doesn't score stage points and finishes second. So, I mean, hey. Long way to go in this season. Larson's still in it for second. Like, these seeding spots, while Tyler Reddick may have the number one seed locked up, at least at this point in the year, there is still a lot of jostling around that could still happen from second on back. Then you got Chase Elliott back there. Then you got William Byron and Bubba Wallace. They're both tied. Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, they're all on top of each other. Same with Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher could find himself back up in 9th in points. We have 2 RFK cars inside the top 10 in points and only 2 JGR cars. Something to watch. Not saying it's going to happen, but I mean, hey, we're going to Talladega. The Fords are usually pretty strong on these drafting tracks. Would not put it past them. Carson Hocevar looking like he's trying to lock up a spot in the chase here. Minus 220, but when you look at that, he's only 27 above the cut line. Still a lot can change, but I think Carson Hocevar is making a statement this year. All Aspire is, really. You look at that, Ryan Preece, 13th. All 3 RFK Fords in the chase. And they're all looking mighty strong. Joey Logano is one I'm watching. He might be near the cut line come season's end. Chase Briscoe, 15th. I think he just keeps moving up. I think this team, now that we're going to some more traditional tracks, and hey, even though Talladega's next week, he won there in the fall, he could do it again. Daniel Suarez finds himself last car in the chase. This is going to be fun. It's going to be Daniel Suarez holding a 13-point lead over Austin Cindric, SVG, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, the first Trackhouse racing car, and it's not even in the chase. This is a 5-alarm fire at this point that Ross Chastain is not in the chase. They got to work on getting that car inside the chase at all costs. They got to get at least one. SVG's ahead of them in regular season points. Like, goodness gracious. Team's got to put it together. They just got to. This cannot be happening. You cannot be outran by SVG, who just got here like 2 years ago. But those are your top 20 in points. Now, I did want to look at some other drivers in the points who have been standout performances as of right now. Like, can we talk about the fact that AJ Allmendinger is still 21st in points? Like, it's insane. flip myself here for a second. Like, look at this. AJ Allmendinger is 21st. Zane Smith is 22nd in points. Todd Gilliland is 23rd in points and could move up. Probably maybe not to the top 20. At least not this week. 147, though, to 164. Like, he could. Actually, he could. Because if you think about this, he is 17 points back. Todd Gilliland could be inside the top 20 in points if he runs well at Talladega and these two have tough days, which could happen. Todd Gilliland not going away quietly. I have not sold my Todd stock. I still won't. I am buying, buy all the Todd Gilliland stock. Eric Jones, right there. Oh. I see. I don't want cheap viewers. Thank you, though. Deny. Goodbye. Bots, you want to try and show them my chat? That's fine. I got auto detector. Woohoo. Eric Jones, though, back to it. Tied. He could also be fighting for a top 20 spot. He's good at Talladega. Austin Dillon, even though despite all the struggles that RCR has been having, still in it. I think really the top 25 right now is a complete wide open mess of who could sneak in to the playoffs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers who could still realistically, in my opinion, sneak their way in. Now, I'm not saying that these guys here can't sneak into the playoffs, but there's a little bit of a gap here, 138 to 145. It's 7 points, but I mean, when you start adding these points up, like it takes a lot to start moving up. And when you got Josh Berry, Kyle Busch, really, I think there is kind of a line. Riley Herbst, probably. I don't want to dog on Riley because, I mean, he's obviously good. He's good enough to get to Cup, whether or not he's actually going to run well. I don't want to bash the kid every single week, so I'm just going to leave it at that. John Hunter Nemechek, I mean, if this guy could get out of 35th and stop fighting for his life in the first stage to stay on the lead lap, they might be able to contend. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's looking, again, I called it at the beginning of the year, 6 races they've got to look forward to. This is race 3 right here, Talladega. You're going to have to put all your eggs in at least winning Talladega. And it won't even get you in the chase, but you just got to think, win. Noah Gregson's 31st in points. Ty Dillon, 32nd. Connor Zilic, 33rd. Cole Custer, 34th. Cody Ware, 35th. Alex Bowman, still a ways back, 36th in points. But at least he is 36th now. So the 36 starter teams are 1 through 36 now. All right. But there you have it. Those are kind of your big takeaways from Kansas. A lot of drivers had really good runs. A lot of drivers didn't really have good runs. And it is becoming more and more apparent as we now approach the 1/4 mark of the season who our championship contenders are and who are not. And so let's go back to the point spread here. Like, realistically right now, I'm going to put myself over who I think is a champion. If I put myself over a driver, like my face, if I go like this, see, Ross is not, Michael's not, like, I think right now the championship contender stops probably here. I don't see Hocevar being a championship contender. At least not yet. Not yet. There's still a long way to go. But if you're asking me today, after race 9, who I think is going to find themselves in contention for the championship, It's the first 11 in points. Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, and Chris Buescher. And I'll tell you why. The seeding is not as bad for the 11th place person as we all might think. There are realistically one race gap between 1st and 11th in points going into the first race of the chase. And that can be made up. That is only like 6 points a race. Like, you're telling me that someone can't go outrun them? Like, I mean, if Tyler Reddick, for instance, is the points leader going into the first race of the chase, and Chris Buescher is the 11th car, and Tyler Reddick is running like 10th, 11th, and Chris Buescher is putting himself 2nd, 3rd, not even winning races, you're telling me he cannot compete for the title? Like, it would be a miracle, but I still like looking at 11th. I think 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, I think that's kind of the cut of where you are fighting in amongst a separate tier where you're trying to just become a dark horse, but you're not a real championship contender. So, I still like Chris Buescher being there in 11th. I think based on the equipment, RFK showing they are a contender this year. And who knows, they might just surprise us all and make a very scary bid for the championship. All right. So then, let's just make sure we're not missing anything else so far before we start moving into the news headlines. And this is the fun part of the day. Oh boy. I'd like to not look white as a ghost, please and thank you. Okay. So, let's go through some of the news headlines from this past weekend, and let's see what is notable and what is kind of just, it's there. Kyle Busch was not happy with Denny Hamlin for the comments he made on his podcast, and rightfully so. Drivers need to not be talking about other drivers, in my opinion. Talk about your own race on your podcast. That's what we go there for. We don't want to hear Denny Hamlin talking about Kyle Busch and how badly he's running. Like, that's not helpful. Like, imagine if the roles were reversed here. Like, Denny Hamlin over the last couple of months has become a real fan favorite in the garage area. But, like, let's put this in perspective. Denny Hamlin says this 6 months ago, before he became a fan favorite. Says these things about Kyle Busch, who has also now become a fan favorite. Like, no one's going to take that, and I don't think we should. Like, drivers who have podcasts should be talking about their race, and that's it. You can talk about things that you're like, oh yeah, I thought the complexion of Cody Ware's spin really changed the outlook of the race. Thought maybe Denny should have won that race, absolutely. Like, that's fine. But to sit here and go, I don't know what's wrong with Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch can't drive a car. I could probably drive the A car better than him. Like, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it sounded like, how Kyle Busch took those quotes. Like, talk about your own race. Like, Denny, you had things happen in your race. Your car shut off on you, and then suddenly it came back to life, and then the caution came out, and you ultimately didn't win the race. Talk about that. There's probably a whole podcast to be talking about in that. There's also probably a whole podcast to be talking about other things. You don't need to go and critique your competition, in my opinion. Just stay out of it. It's best for you. Because Kyle Busch then basically said, I ain't cutting Denny no slack for the rest of the... Like, I could easily ruin Denny's days. And he's totally right. I honestly thought he was going to try to at Kansas. Maybe he didn't have the car to do so. But if Kyle Busch has a car that he thinks he can go and run up against Denny Hamlin with, he's probably going to use that and make Denny Hamlin's life miserable. And in a championship format like this, where you got to be consistent, where you can't have bad days, Those will ruin you. You don't want to poke a bear, especially the Kyle Busch bear. It's just not going to end well for you. So just stay out of it. It's what's best for everyone. A lot of paint schemes, nothing crazy. Ryan Blaney got a new Jackman twice this week. Yeah. He apparently got Josh Berry's Jackman, and then Josh Berry's Jackman couldn't go to Kansas, so then they had to go take Noah Gregson's Jackman. And they had flawless pit stops this week. So, I don't know if that Josh Berry Jackman's going to be needed, but, things seem to be on the upward tick. Now, if they would stop crashing into people on pit road, that would definitely help them reap the benefits of a fast pit crew. But, yeah. So, good to see that. Tyler Reddick just seems to keep winning. Got Rockstar Energy as a sponsor. Always good to see when drivers are getting more and more sponsors every single week. Boy, how many people were gone from Josh Berry's team this week? Yeah, Miles Stanley had a personal reason, and I think the Jackman did too. This is nuts. Like, what in the world? Just some fun things going on in the drama-filled world of the courthouse, but that doesn't really help us on the racetrack. Yeah, it was kind of a slow news week, honestly, in terms of what happened with everyone else. So, everyone kind of kept it quiet, and it's kind of been quiet to start this week, too. Like, we haven't had any major breaking news. Silly season should be getting underway. That's going to be something to talk about here in the next couple of weeks. Where everyone's going, who's driving for who. Almost spilled my drink there. Oh, goodness. We'll talk about that. Let's look and see here now. Here we go. Let's talk some IndyCar. Let's just quickly save this. Like, can we just appreciate that Alex Palou is just absolutely nuts right now? Like it is absolutely insane what is happening over there. Oh boy, big photo. So this got posted by NASCAR, not NASCAR, IndyCar on Fox. Whoops. I'd like to move me over just a little bit. Alex Palou wins. Felix Rosenquist, Scott Dixon, Kyle Kirkwood, Pato Award. This is just your usual. This is just a typical IndyCar race right here. Then you got Scott McLaughlin, David Malukas, Graham Ray Hall. Look at that. That guy's having such a start to the year. Love that for Graham. Rossi, Kevin Simpson, top 10. Like Alex Palou. He's got an argument to be made that he is the GOAT. He is the IndyCar GOAT. At this point, who are you really saying is better? It's insane. F1 got new regulations. Gonna have to look into those. I tried watching the P1 podcast just to kind of get my general understanding, and I could barely understand that. So how in the world anyone actually understands that who is not a regulator is beyond me. All right. So I got a tiers video. It's probably going to go out tomorrow. And then I have another show for Thursday. We're going to look through all the stats of the first quarter of the season and just see who's leading what. Probably going to throw out some videos on that as well. And then we're going to preview Talladega. I got some drivers there that I think are going to be not all Hendrick Motorsports, for one, but also not drivers that we've been talking about every single week. So I think that's going to be real fun. I hope you guys tune in for that. But yeah, we're kind of at the 46-minute mark here once again. That seems to kind of be the sweet spot here for the show. Doesn't really drag on too terribly much. But yeah, want to thank you guys for tuning in again this week. Want to thank y'all for supporting the channel. I'm going to try and get out some more professionally made content. Not necessarily just all these live streams. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one. I will talk to you on Thursday. If not, you'll probably see me on Wednesday. So have a good one, guys.